Some places hold a meaning far deeper than maps or borders can define. They carry a pulse that echoes through time, rooted in prophecy and divine design. Iran, once called Persia, is one of these places. It's not just a country wrapped in headlines or conflict, it's a name that lives in ancient texts, spoken by prophets, written into history not by chance but by purpose. To truly understand Iran is to see beyond the surface and recognize a legacy that may even reflect your own search for meaning. Every person longs to believe their life matters, to feel part of something larger. What's true for a person can be true for a nation. Persia wasn't just another empire. It was chosen, spoken of in sacred scripture, remembered not for conquest, but for liberation. While many have forgotten, the heavens have not. A place once chosen by divine words cannot have its purpose erased. Though battered by time, wars, and misunderstanding, the soul of Persia still burns. That fire is more than history, it's identity. And just as people can forget who they are through pain, nations can too. But even forgetting can be the beginning of remembering. Prophecy isn't fantasy. It's a reflection of a story that was always written. Iran's role in that story is profound. In scripture, Persia was called not to destroy, but to deliver. Its kings weren't painted as villains, but as chosen vessels for divine work. Cyrus the Great, named over a century before he was born, is proof he wasn't of the people he helped, but he was the one appointed to free them. That calling was sacred, and it wasn't earned through power. It was received through alignment with truth. Persia's strength wasn't just in its armies, but in its obedience to something higher. Cyrus's decision to rebuild Jerusalem was more than political strategy. It was fulfillment of destiny. In choosing to release rather than conquer, Persia revealed its spiritual core. Real power lies in service, not domination. And that legacy of freeing, restoring, building remains beneath Iran's surface, waiting to be remembered. The world may judge Iran by its politics, but the true story lies deeper, in its endurance, its spiritual inheritance, and its role in something divine. Even through centuries of change, Iran's spiritual essence has never vanished. You cannot erase what God has written. A name given by heaven holds weight, and Iran's endurance proves its identity isn't rooted in approval or visibility, but in truth, like a person who rediscovers their worth. A nation remembering its calling becomes unshakable. This isn't about pride, it's about returning to what was always true. Iran's real struggle isn't external, it's within. The fight is not just with outside forces, but with a forgotten name, a lost sense of purpose. Yet even this conflict reveals life. Only the living wrestle with identity. And just like people, when a nation starts to ask the deeper question, who am I really? It's on the verge of awakening. Misunderstanding is not defeat, it's refinement. And when you stop chasing validation, you start moving with purpose. Iran's history of resistance, silence, and survival has carved out a strength that isn't loud but lasting. Its faith hasn't been extinguished, it's been tested. And in that testing, something unbreakable has emerged. The knowledge that divine design never wastes anything. Every hardship has been part of preparation. When Iran rises again, it won't be because of politics. It'll be because a people have remembered who they are. That memory is the most powerful return, not to dominance, but to purpose. It's a return to identity, to calling to spirit, and in that return, Iran becomes a symbol for every person who has felt forgot, misunderstood, or broken. What was written over your life, like over Iran, cannot be undone. You were never lost, only being prepared. And when you rise with purpose, you don't just change your path, you awaken others to theirs.